Hey, everyone, and welcome to episode number 78 of the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media. And boy, do we have a special treat for you. We are doing a free agency draft, and I'm not doing this by myself, so I had to enlist the help of three of my near and dear friends. We will introduce them one at a time. Then we'll go over the rules, and we'll get ready for our fantasy baseball free agency draft. So here we go. Hitting leadoff. He is the man that is sexier than Paul Rudd, but will his draft work be a dud? He may suck to some, but he's a ton of fun. He's our boss man, the one and only Jake Storiali. Hi, boss.
Crowd goes nuts. Robbie put in a bunch of noise.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I was gonna say it before, but I want to say it now. Miggy Rowe, awesome to virtually meet you. You're my favorite.
I haven't even introduced him yet.
Well, I'm blowing it, Chris. He's my favorite Chris Rose Rotation host, unless any of the others are around. Then I would say that to them. But I'm excited to do this. I finished last place for the trade one, so only up from here.
Okay, very good. Up next, the man, he's got great teeth, but he had the Twitter beef with an LA writer about the Braves fans' desire. He is the king of the Waffle House, the one and only Pete Moylan. Hello, Pete.
Hello. How are we doing?
Oh, man, that hair is pristine, by the way.
Thank you.
You look good.
This is not my first podcast today, Rosie. I'm basically been sitting in this seat all day.
Okay, well, we appreciate you sitting here for another 45 to an hour and giving us what you got, okay?
Oh,
and finally, even though Jake kind of blew the surprise, he's big in Miami, who is JOMBOY family. He has sweet feet and a great glove. Please show him some love. You know him from the Chris Rose Rotation, Miguel Rojas. Miggy Rowe, how are you?
Proudly to be here, and Jake, man, I appreciate those works. Looking forward to meet you in person. Let's meet up on some wiffle ball tournament or something like that in New York or Miami. So let's do that. I wanna see those pitches because in camera and video that looks really decent. I would like to put some swings on those. So
yeah, hey, I liked it until you say I like to put some swings on those. That makes me a little concerned that they look hittable. But yeah, we'll set that up.
Yeah, let's do that. So I'm excited to be here, Chris. Thank you for the invitation again. I've been preparing for this for a couple hours now.
I know. Here's the thing, guys. Moylan and Jake, I can tell you this. I was ready for it. Miggy takes his shit seriously. Like when I give him a homework assignment, he would always turn it in early. So he is preparing to be a resident GM in training. You know, he and Kim Ng and probably Derek Jeter have sat down and gone through the whole free agency list. So I'm just telling you, Moylan, you better be ready.
Good. Yeah, so look, I'm similar to that. I'm going to put as much effort into this as I do my fantasy football drafts, which is effectively click on the bio as it's coming to me and find out if they're injured or not and then pick them. So that's I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So there are point values awarded. The whole idea is we want to make this fun for our viewers and our listeners out there. So the point value chart is as follows. 10 points if you pick a free agent and have him change teams and you nail it. 5 points.
How about let me interrupt you there.
We've already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because how about if I pick a guy who's gonna stay on the same thing? I still gonna get the 10 points?
Well, no, that's the next point value here.
Oh,
Miggy.
there you go.
Yeah. 5 points if a guy returns back to the team with which he last played.
You're incentivizing chaos.
Yes. Another 5 points if you get the contract length right. Now we get bonus points. 2 extra points if you move a former MVP or Cy Young Award winner, but he has to end up on the right team. Okay? You can't just pick him and get the contract length right. You have to land him in the right spot. And then 1 point if he was an all-star in 2021 in the game out in Coors and you put him on the right team. So let's use an example here. Let's say you send Max Scherzer to the Texas Rangers for 7 years. So he's changing teams. It's not going to happen. That's why I'm using this. You get 10 points for having Scherzer change teams. You get 5 points because you nailed the length of the contract. You get 2 points because he's a former Cy Young Award winner and an additional point because he was an all-star as well. So you would get 18 total points if you said Max Scherzer is going to sign with the Texas Rangers for 7 years and Max Scherzer signs with the Texas Rangers for 7 years. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yes, coach.
It's a lot of drafting with your head as opposed to your heart, is what you're saying.
Well, you can go any direction, Moylan. I'm not here to tell you how to do this, but if you want to win, yeah, you'll use your head. Okay.
All right.
Going hard.
I've been.
So we have to determine an order, and we're going to use the wheel of moderately interesting things. I put everybody's name on here. Okay. And so wherever it lands, that person will go first, and then the next person in line, and then the next person in line, and so on. Here we go.
Feels rigged, but got it.
Today's snake draft begins with Miggy picks. So what that means,
I like it. That's an easy one. I'm
it's not
for this. Yeah.
Rigged.
Why not?
It means you get to determine the entire order of the draft.
Oh,
Who goes first, second, third, and the fourth, and then we snake back 4, 3, 2, 1, and we keep doing that until we all make 8 picks in this free agency draft. So you determine the order.
I fed you a lot of fastballs, Miggy. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that, but I don't like to hit your fastball. That's the problem. That's arm sink. I don't like that. So yeah. So I'm gonna stay at leadoff, but I want to go first.
Yeah, you're a
I
leadoff.
I got a couple points.
Well, so who's going to go next? You have to determine the order.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay at 1.
Okay.
So Jake is gonna go second.
That's obvious.
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Job security.
And then Pimo will go third.
Wow.
And Rosie, because this is your job to know where people supposed to go for the age and the time and the money and the contract lengths. I don't know anything about that. So you will go 4. Okay.
Okay. So here's the deal, Miggy, before you make your first pick, a quick reminder, we're each picking 8 free agent players. Okay. We already have determined the point values all along. Just let us know who it is, where they're going, and for how long. We're not attaching any money because Miguel Rojas is an active player. I don't want him underselling some starting pitcher and he ends up taking one in the ribs because he undervalued him on this silly little show. Yes, Pete Moylan, you have a question?
I have one question. Is Eduardo Rodriguez off the board or on the board?
Considering he just signed for 5 years and $77 to $80 million with the Tigers, you may not pick him. Now,
okay. I was just going to go for points. That's all.
Now, there might happen, because this is going to be released in a few days after we're done taping, that some of the guys might be signed. You might already have points awarded to you by the time this show is released, which is exciting stuff. So, Miguel Rojas, you are officially on the clock.
Okay. So for me, I'm not gonna get 18 points with this guy, but I'm pretty sure that Freddie Freeman will sign back with the Atlanta Braves.
Wow.
So I'm gonna play this one safe, and I'm gonna go with Freddie staying in Atlanta. It's no way that Freddie's going to play somewhere else. He's gonna finish there, and he's gonna be a Hall of Famer in Atlanta. So
how many years?
I'm taking Freddie, and they're gonna give him 6-year deal.
Ooh, 6 years. 6 years.
It's pretty close to the pulse there, Miggy. I'll be honest with you. I think it's that's exactly what I would have gone. That's exactly what I would have gone.
Hey, real quickly,
if I was a GM, I would have done that for sure.
Correct.
Yeah. So, Pete, real quickly, why did it get to this point, in your opinion?
I'm not sure. If there was some questions around. It definitely wasn't anything around Freddie. I think it was more about finances and how this year was going to play out. And the Braves had never been one to commit long-term big contracts. So look, they could have got a home team discount at the start of the year, but I think it's going to cost them a little bit more. And I think I'm with you, Mick. I think it still gets done, but it's just going to cost them a couple more mil.
Definitely.
All right, Jake, what do you got, boss?
Well, I love Miggy gave you the last pick because he believed in your knowledge on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So him picking me to go second, I think there's a reverse correlation there. So Miggy went with like the safest bet on the board. I love it. I play the game the opposite way. I'm trying to rack up the most points. I am going with someone who has won an MVP. I'm going with someone who's also won a Cy Young. I am going Justin Verlander for 2 years to the New York Yankees.
Ooh. Wow.
What a reach. What a
Stretch.
reach.
Reach.
I don't even
Stretching
have it
that
on my
thing.
board. Is he still gonna play baseball?
Is he still
Early-
playing? He was throwing 96 last
He's
week,
pumping
Miggy.
96. He loves the city. Kate loves the city. We're all
Yeah.
doing it together.
You know what?
Mm.
I like that move, Jake. I was actually going to put him in LA because I
Okay.
thought that maybe Kate wanted to go to LA for a year. But the Yankees, I think if they squeeze out that second season and he'll be pitching in his 40s, I think that's really, really interesting. I like it.
Verlander,
Yeah.
Cole.
Severino. I think that's Cashman's dream. I
How's
think
that?
those three. But
That new murderer's row right there. Goodness gracious.
So let me ask you guys a quick question because I didn't
Mm.
determine this when I was doing the points chart. If he does sign with New York, so he changes teams, he gets 10 points. If he gets the contract length right, he gets another 5. But because he's a former Cy Young winner and an MVP, does he get 4 points in the bonus instead of just 2? Because
I
he was
think he
both an
should.
MVP and a Cy Young award.
So
winner.
it will be 20 points instead of 18, right?
Well, he wasn't a all-star last year.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So it would be 19. It'd either be 19 or 17.
Mm.
I
I'm
think
not
mean-
counting. So
I think you would get double points. That's what I'm guessing.
I mean,
All right.
he's at former MVP, former Cy Young. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think that's a smart choice.
I like
You're
it.
way smarter than you think you are. Well, kind of. Moylan, you're
yeah,
up.
It's a tricky dance.
I'm going to go Carlos Correa. 8 years, also to the Yankees.
Whoa.
Ooh. My goodness.
Wow.
What do we think about that, Jake?
Hey, man, if Carlos Correa is a Yankee, I am going to cheer for him very hard and enjoy it and enjoy Gold Glove defense at shortstop and
Platinum.
enjoy what he does with Platinum. I think he might enjoy that short porch a little bit.
Listen, he is A-Rod 2.0. He wants to be he wants to be a Yankee more than they wanted to be a Yankee, I think.
I
agree.
just
I agree.
Jake, you know him.
A-Rod's hitting stats. I think we kind of ignore what they were.
Did you
Carlos
see Dan tweet the other day?
Always.
that 10 year span?
Yes.
Holy cow.
How many years you say he's gonna be there for? 8
years.
8 years. I got him.
Jake, you know Correa a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty close friends with Carlos, and I know more than Carlos. I think is the right fit for the Yankees. To be honest with you, they're looking for a defensive shortstop. They get a platinum Gold Glove winner, so he's not a guy who's gonna be just a defensive guy. He's gonna be in the middle of your order, and I mean, he's done it before. Yankees are desperate for a ring, right, Jake?
He's handled
Yes.
all that's been thrown at him as an Astro in the last 2 years. You don't think he can handle New York media?
No, I think that's a perfect fit, man. To be
I'm with
honest.
you, Miggy.
Definitely.
Oof.
All right, so I'm up for the next 2 picks.
Mm.
I'm going to go pitching, and I'm going to go big. So Max Scherzer moved. We know that when he signed with Washington, it was arguably the greatest free agent contract in the history of this sport. I mean, he gave them everything he could over the 6.5 years there. I think that San Francisco has too many holes in their starting rotation to just kind of figure it out with stopgaps.
Wow.
So I'm going to go Max Scherzer, staying on the West Coast, but to the San
Giants.
Francisco Giants
Wow.
for 3 years. 3 years. And by the way, it could be $140 to $150 million. I know we're not throwing dollar figures out, but I'm just, what? Moylan, are you okay?
Yeah, I just lockjaw.
Are you not buying it? You don't like that move?
No, yeah, that's a lot of Spondola though.
But do you think the idea is right? Because they,
Yes.
they had too many guys that in that rotation, Gossman, Wood, DeSclafani, that are all free agents.
If that's going to be the new end of career contract, the higher AAVs and oh no, I'm not coming back. Don't worry. It's that's what you're thinking, Jakey. I'm not going to know, but I'm just that's going to make it much more beneficial for both parties. You're not going to get these guys that are sitting there with 3 years left on their contract and just plodding around the base paths. It's no one loves those contracts. This is going to be more inviting for people. I don't know if it's going to get to the 140 for 3 years, but I think it's going to be it could get to 110, 120 for sure.
Hey, Miggy, you faced him this year, right?
Yeah, bunch of times.
And
Scherzer is continue to be Scherzer. Dominant guy. He's not throwing you the same thing over and over. If you showing that you can hit his fastball, he's not gonna just trying to be stupid and throw you more fastballs. He's gonna trying to do something different to you. He's gonna learn, or he's gonna continue to prefer his cutter. I think his curveball uses is going up through the years, because it's not, he's unpredictable, and he's always like keeping you on your toes, like not letting you sitting for one pitch. And I heard that he's continued to do stuff like, okay, he's facing the a-hole hitter in the team, so he's ripping it like four straight curveballs in a row, so he can keep his numbers the same. That's the kind of things that make Scherzer better, because when you're trying to get ready for him and prepare for him, everything is going to be like numerical. It's going to be like neutral, fastball uses is going to be there. So I think that's why he's really good.
Awesome. All right, my next pick.
Man, I'm going to go with a guy. I could ask you 4 million questions about hitting right now, by the way, but I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah,
I know.
Carry on.
Hey, you watch or listen to this show, you know how much of a fan I am of dugout mugs. And guess what? They are in the gift-giving mood. That's right. It's a season of giving. So not only do they want to make sure you get your hands on these, but special edition dugout mugs, because they're giving away autographed items from Mariano Rivera, Pudge Rodriguez, Juan Soto, and oh so much more. So you're probably thinking, Chris, how the heck do I get to do this? All you have to do is text BFCM to 85311 to enter Dugout Mugs Christmas giveaway. So all the winners are actually going to be announced live on social media through Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That's why you text BFCM, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, to the number 85311. You'll be entered to win, and follow Dugout Mugs on all their social media platforms. It's that simple. As always, go get your gifts now. Don't forget to order up, because time is dwindling away. We're hitting the holiday season here. And by the way, when you text them, they're going to text you back with a secret discount code so you can get your holiday shopping done as well. So it's a 2-for-1. You get the opportunity to win some cool free signed stuff from the likes of Mariano Rivera, Pudge Rodriguez, Juan Soto, and so much more. And you get a little bit of a discount as well to do your holiday shopping for your loved ones. That sounds awesome to me. Cheers to you. My next pick is a guy that was an all-star this year, had one of the best seasons in the National League. He opted out after 2 years in Cincinnati. Nick Castellanos is on the move for the next 4 years to the Philadelphia Phillies.
That's a.
Why are you shaking your head, Jakey boy?
It's a terrible pick.
Where are you gonna play him?
Terrible picks.
You're not gonna get that right.
Back to back, I'm mad at you, Chris Rose. I wanted Castellanos because he's going to Miggy Rojas' Marlins for 6 years. So that's huge. And dude, I know what you're saying about the Giants and Scherzer, but the Dodgers are gonna let the Giants do that to them? No way. I hate both of your picks. We're fighting.
Miggy, what were you saying? What were you saying about Castellanos?
Where are you gonna play Castellanos?
Left field. They've got vacancies in center and in left. So I'm going to play him in left. You're going to have the best hitting combination of corner outfielders in the bigs between Harper
you're
and
gonna
Castellanos.
have Harper. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about left field for Castellanos. He ever played left field before? I know it's a corner outfield, and you don't have to worry about that or whatever.
No one plays their position anymore. It doesn't matter.
Well, that's right. That's right.
I think he's going to be on the move. I think Philadelphia would love him with his mentality, his attitude. I just think he would be the man there for the next 4 years. Plus, he's an all-star, so I'm going to get a bonus point on that one.
Right.
All right, Pete.
Clayton Kershaw to the Rangers for 2 years.
Really?
What? How
He's
dare
going
you?
home. He's going home, baby.
Come on. everybody just talked about the Dodgers not letting Max Scherzer, who was there for like 3 months, leave. You're talking about the greatest pitcher that the Dodgers have had since Sandy Koufax getting up and leaving.
Yep, he's given him everything. It's time for him to go home and be home with his kids and let his kids enjoy the field and sleep in his own bed. It's his time. It's time for him to look after him. Go get yourself $20 million a year and go and retire. And he'll probably give it all to charity anyway, so it's not going to matter. But he's going to be there. He wants to be home.
Miggy, you played with Kershaw.
Yeah,
he is one of the most competitor MFers, and I mean that in the most positive light ever. Could he go to a team where we don't know when they're going to win?
It's a different animal, man. He's a different cat when he pitch. And I think the Texas Rangers with the new ballpark and all that, I like the pick. And I hadn't here for the same thing. Texas Rangers 2 years, because I think Kershaw from Texas, and so like he said, he's a family man. He wanna be close to his family. Their kids are probably gonna start going to school, and you know how it is, man. When your kids start going to school, like it's not that they can travel anymore, you know. So I agree with him, and I don't know if the Dodgers are gonna let that happen because of who Clayton Kershaw is over there, but who knows?
Wow,
I'm here for the chaos.
Okay, what do you got there, Jakey?
Wow. I think where I'm gonna go, I have a couple weird ones that I think I should probably wait on because I don't think you guys are gonna snag them. I think where I'm gonna go. Someone opened this one up to my eyes a couple days ago on the Twitter sphere, and I love it for this team and this player. Marcus Simeon, huge year, monster year. I think he's going to remain at second base and join a powerful team, the Chicago White Sox.
Backward, he's already played there.
They traded away Madrigal this season.
Yeah.
They believe in everything else. Make your strength even more of a strength. Simeon goes to the White Sox.
For how many years?
5 years.
Oh, look at this. I'm
Stop
not gonna show you.
Let's go.
Wow.
I say 6. But
Wow.
Oh,
man,
Same
Miggy,
page.
have you been journaling?
I mean, for just for a couple hours, not really. I just look into the teams that need some players, and they need to replace a player, so you put him there, and you hope for the best.
Your penmanship is excellent. So nice.
Thank you.
All right, Miggy, you've got the next 2 picks.
All right, so I'm gonna go with this one that I think it's obvious that the Yankees need some pitching, and I think Robbie Ray will go to the Yankees. So I'm pretty sure, or at least 90% that he's probably gonna win the Cy Young in the American League this year. So he's gonna go to the Yankees. They need a lefty there, like they had a couple lefties this year and in the past, but I think they need a lefty in the middle of that rotation. And I think he's still young, and he still can give him a couple good years. So I got him going to the Yankees for 5 years.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did you face old Robbie? You must have faced old Robbie Ray when he was in Arizona and he was walking the world.
Yeah, a guy that, I mean, every pitch that he throw, he throw with everything that he got. I think he understand a little bit more of he needs to locate pitches more than throw the rip every little fastball that he throws. So he looks a little bit more of a Patrick Corbin kind of pitcher when he's good. So I think he's gonna continue to do good because he actually found himself like who he is as a pitcher now.
All right, who you gotta have as your next pick?
So my next pick is gonna be I think it's a safe one. I think Manny Pina, the catcher, is gonna come to the Miami Marlins. He's gonna be our catcher.
Wait,
one of our catcher next year.
Wait a second. You don't have like a Pina jersey in your office right now that you've printed up already, do you? This is insider trading.
I know. I wish I could, but I'm not telling you this because of I know anything. I just I just think that, I mean, if you look at the list of free agent catchers, he's in the top of the list right now. I think he got a over 2 WAR last year without even playing every day, because he was on the shadows of this other Venezuelan catcher that is over there in Milwaukee. And I think
Omar Narvaez.
Narvaez. So we got a pretty special group of young pitchers. A lot of them Latin, couple Venezuelans, a Dominican kid. We got Trevor Rogers. We got Sixto Sanchez. All of them are going to be in our rotation. And watch out if we pair him
Alcantara.
up with Alcantara and all those guys, And so Manny Pina, I think, is going to come here for a 2-year deal. And looking forward to see that happen.
How big is the check you're going to write him, Miggy?
I don't know that.
All right, Jake.
Okay, so yeah, Miggy went Ray, Pina. You know what? I know this may not be sexy. Well, it is actually. It's very sexy for a lot of people. I'm going to the shortstop. It's not one of the biggest names. It's a big name for another reason. I'm going Andrelton Simmons. And I think I found the perfect home for him. I think Andrelton Simmons is going to the Houston Astros.
I would just think you.
They have a lot of young shortstops they like in their minor leagues. They haven't gotten the call yet. You sign Andrelton Simmons to a 1-year contract. And if he does Andrelton Simmons things, awesome.
Revalues himself.
Yeah. If not, you got some kids coming.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
I do too. Good call. Pete?
I like it.
I am going to go Chris Bryant to the Mariners.
Wow.
Oh.
For 5 years.
So interesting, because, there's been reports over the last few days that things didn't work out as well in San Francisco as maybe people thought. So really interesting.
My question was, did his time in San Francisco add to his value or take away from his value?
Great question. Miggy, you've been on the same field as him.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it takes away from your value when you have to play so many different positions, man. I mean, I don't think Chris Bryant is
money value.
He's a platoon guy or not a platoon guy, because he still play every day, and he's gonna. He clean up for you. But when you play him in so many spots, like he was playing at some point in Chicago, and I mean, he's a good third baseman. I think he needs to go to like somewhere that he can play third every single day. He doesn't have to be jumping around. And yeah. I mean, that's a perfect fit. And they got a pretty good defensive coordinator. Defensive guy over there on Perry Hill. So yeah, I think he's gonna be good there. So
interesting. Okay. I've got the next 2 picks. Chris Taylor was a really interesting guy this year. All-star. Miggy, you just talked about a guy. He's probably the perfect guy that can move all over the diamond and it still won't affect him. He's now in his early 30s, so I'm only going to give him a 3-year deal. But I think he can go up to Toronto and play there for a number of reasons. One, I think he starts at second base, so I think he fills the gap vacated by Simeon.
Toronto, huh?
But number 2, I think that if they need to make a trade somewhere down the line, because they've got so many good young players, that he could then move positions seamlessly. Like if he has to go to the outfield, if they get rid of one of their big guys, go for it. And when you need to give George Springer a breather or when he's hurt, you can plug him into center because that's coming too.
Playing on turf, Rosie, every day, you're going to need to switch people out too, give them a rest every now and then.
Yeah. So I think he's going to Toronto. I will say this. The Dodgers might make a play to keep him because how much they missed Kike this year, his value and how much he did. So perhaps that'll make the Dodgers give him a second look, but I don't know. I still think Taylor leaves. The other thing that we haven't really focused on yet is the reliever market.
How many years for Taylor?
3 years for Taylor.
3 years.
Thank you.
3 years. 3 years. I think that
bless you.
Thank you.
Kendall Graveman is leaving Houston. I thought he was outstanding. Obviously, in his stint up there in Seattle, he was great, though. A bulldog in the playoffs. Just let me go 2 innings. I'll throw as many pitches. Obviously, you saw from the reaction when he was traded out of Seattle how guys love him in the clubhouse. And I think he'll be great in his new home in a place where they've never gotten relievers right, Philadelphia. We'll see him there for the next 3 years or until he's traded again.
I mean, that's just a Philly. That's a Philly. I think that's the new Philly special. Is giving an elite reliever 3 years and then ruining them.
But
That's because he has to face the Marlins
And the Bravos.
That's right.
Yeah.
We've been killing the Phillies the last couple of years. I mean, we upset them. I mean, when we made the playoff in 2020, remember that series? I don't know if you guys remember that series. We played 7 games in 5 days because of all the COVID situation that we had early in the year.
I remember.
We beat them 5 out of 7 at home, and we actually
switched spaces, right?
Yeah, we switched space with them, and we took it out from there.
The Phillies have tried in recent years. They've signed guys, brought them in, they've traded for them. None of that shit's ever worked.
Yeah.
So this one, I don't know if it's going to work, but it's going to work out for Kendall Graveman for the next 3 years. Hey, guys, it's the holiday season. Yeah, that time is fast approaching, and maybe that's someone special in your life standing under the mistletoe, want to take it a step or two further. Well, you want to be ready. But you know what? Some guys, particularly between the ages of 40 and 70, are dealing with some type of erectile dysfunction. In fact, 52% of all men between those age ranges deal with it. So what do you want to do? You want to sit on the sidelines, just say, okay, that's the way it is. Or do you want to get the help that you need? Well, that's where JOMBOY can help you out. Go to getroman.com/JOMBOY right now, and you're going to speak to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional about any form of erectile dysfunction, and you're going to get $15 off your first month of treatment. Now, here's the really cool thing. Sometimes it's difficult for us guys to actually talk about it, right? We get uncomfortable. We get a little embarrassed. You shouldn't be, because here you're going to do it from the comforts of your own home. Once again, you're going to talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional discreetly. You don't have to go to the doctor's office. You don't have to go to the pharmacy to go get your medication. If you do need medication, it's going to get sent to you 2 days. It'll be there before you know it, and then you'll be back in business. Once again, it is getroman.com/JOMBOY. You'll get $15 off your first month of treatment. It's that simple. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Get back in the game.
Okay, I'm going to go a guy that's going to stay put, and that's Carlos Rodon, and he is going to get 5 years with the White Sox. It's going to be the 5 year.
You're insane.
Yep.
You know where I had him going? 1 year to San Francisco.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah. Guys, at the end of the year, he couldn't lift his shoulder. How are you going to get
He also went to
to
playoffs and touched 96 with if he's only got one tendon left in his shoulder and he's giving you 96 in the playoffs. Come on, Rosie. They're still there.
How are you going to give him 5 years?
How did you give
It's young.
Eovaldi 5 years after one playoff series? Eovaldi was like, thanks for everything you did in the playoffs. Here's 5 years.
Remember but I think Eovaldi was a little bit different. I know that he's had a couple of surgeries. I really worry about Rodon because they were like, he's back. And then they had to shelve him at the end of the year. I hope you're right, because I'm pro player. I want guys to earn as much money as they can.
Yeah.
I would just be worried, man. How can you give him, especially when you've got a guy like Kopech, who seems like he's ready to make that jump into the rotation, and they've said as much?
Sure.
And you have to pay Giolito at some point.
Yep.
Boy, even Moneybags Rhinestone.
Good for Rodon. Happy for him.
Thank you.
All right, Jake.
All right. Hey, I wanted to clear one thing up because we have DH on the list. Are we going to do what we did for the All-Star game? That can kind of be like a util floater. That can be a.
Hey, you can put them wherever you want.
Okay.
This is non-positional. You don't have to draft you could have 8 pitchers on your free agent list if you wanted to.
Real? Oh, wow. I'm building a baseball team. I'm playing GM. So I am going to go with. Okay. Let's go relievers. This is such a weird one, but it's on my brain. I have a relief pitcher who's doing a tour of the AL East. Adam Ottavino will be a Tampa Bay Ray. 1 year. I think that is just I think that is just two mad scientists linking up and seeing how far you can get a slider to move.
And you know what? It's a good pick because the Rays how they like to have different looks in the bullpen, right? And Ottavino for sure is a different look, guys stepping at you, throwing kind of 3/4 of an arm. He was actually throwing harder this year too, right? With the record. So I like it.
He was nice with the Sox. I think we see guys sometimes when you're familiar territory. I think the Rays, they lick their lips when they see Ottavino.
All right, Miggy, you got the next two.
Well, I'm gonna stay on the reliever market, and I think I'm gonna pick one of the best guys in the reliever, and it's Raisel Iglesias. And he's gonna be the closer of the Phillies. I don't like that, but yeah, but I think the Phillies are lack of bullpen help. They lost Hector Neris. I mean, last year or a couple years ago as a closer, and they've been trying to plug someone there. So I think Iglesias. I mean, I would like to have it on my team, but the Phillies are gonna go for him so he can be the closer and the stopper there. So, and I haven't going there for 3 years. The three year deal. Yeah.
Yep.
He's gross.
The Philly
that'll
special
go nicely with he and Kendall Graveman at the back end there.
Yeah.
It'll be nice.
Hey, that's a good point.
Thank you.
Double Philly specials.
We're probably giving ideas right here to the GMs.
Listen, they're all listening to this. Yeah. If they're smart, they are. Keep going there, GM Rojas.
Okay, so this one probably Jake is not gonna like this one, but I think Anthony Rizzo is gonna come back home and he's gonna play for the Boston Red Sox, the team that drafted him. I remember playing against him when he was a Red Sox in the minors. I think they need a first baseman. They put Schwarber there, even when he was doing really fun things at first base. I mean, I can only imagine be playing in the playoff and miss a ground ball and then make a play and take my hat off for the people to recognize that they make the play. So I had Rizzo going to the Boston Red Sox for 4 years.
4 years. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Sorry. Does that smart a little bit, Jake?
It's just so weird that how Rizzo Schwarber went down. They were traded Yankees, Red Sox, and you thought Red Sox were going to get Rizzo and then vice versa. I don't know. I'm super interested to see how the Rizzo free agency goes. I was considering taking him and going Cubs because I thought that would be almost a cheap way to get points because that's kind of a easy homecoming. But no, it's a great pick. Send him to Boston. We just got Verlander and Robbie Ray, so I am not concerned. How about this? Chris Rose, you opened up that the Phillies could be in contention for an outfielder. I will go, and this is Jake's rule of knowing your guys. How about the Philly Snake Conforto from the Mets?
Jeez, oh man, that sucks. I was going to have Miggy pick him up at the airport in Miami.
In Miami,
I had him coming here. So
that's what I'm getting coming.
Miami. So this is perfect. So you guys all had him staying in the division. That division knows how good of a ball player he is. I think it would add a little salt. We'll go Conforto, 3 years, good money.
Philly special.
Some of the reports think he's going to get paid. Good for him.
Well, you know what? It was interesting. Plouffe and I talked about this the other day on Baseball Today. So I think he had COVID in spring training or right before spring training, and I think that slowed him. The second half of the year, he got back to being a little bit more of Michael Conforto. He's got over an 820 career OPS.
Yeah.
He's late 20s. He should be paid. He's the guy you do want to pay, a guy who has done it, but he's not anywhere past his prime. So I think you're shy on the years, to be honest with you. I think he gets a 5-year deal, but Philly wouldn't surprise me. I actually thought the Marlins were going to go get him. Yeah, maybe.
The only thing that I have to say about Conforto, he needs to play for the Marlins, so we need to get the hell out of the National League because look for the numbers. He's killing the Marlins. I think
Yeah.
he got the most homers as a.
Oh, don't worry. He kills the Braves too.
Oh my God, he's so many home runs against us that it's not even funny, man.
I watched him take BP at Citi Field my last year in 18. He was struggling and he was taking BP and he was hitting backside oppo home runs easy at Citi Field. And I was like, this guy is something else. He's just an easy swing too. Beautiful left-handed swing.
Mm-hmm. All right, Pete, what do you got?
All right. I'm going to go. There's so many options, but I'm just going to go the easy. I'm going to go Rich Hill to the Braves for 1 year.
Okay.
Wow.
Rich Hill.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Is that because Snicker wants somebody his own age? No.
Tough.
It's amazing. It's amazing that guy's still going, dude.
Yeah.
Still pitching well.
Hey, that could be insider trading from Pete. What do you know?
Yeah.
Nothing. Zero. Trust me. You
I
know
believe
exactly
that.
what I know. Yeah.
I believe that.
You know who I thought actually would have been good in Atlanta for 1 year, although he went off the board in the first round, was Verlander.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know that he's going to sign a 1 year deal though. I think the way from all reports, the way he looked the other day, although the reports coming out of Houston may deter someone from going multi years, but I think from all reports from his bullpen, he was disgusting.
Yeah.
Don't give the Braves more ideas. I don't need that.
A lot of action in the East. Sorry, Miggy.
Yeah.
I know.
I got a lot of interesting guys I could choose from. I'm gonna go this route, even though it might not help me significantly points wise. There's other guys, but so Trevor Story, I think he's like the forgotten shortstop a little bit. We look at his splits and we're like, oh man, he's a Coors baby. How's he gonna go? He's the oldest of those free agent shortstops with Baez. I think he gets a 5-year deal and he goes to the Texas Rangers. They are in dire need of selling tickets. He's a guy that provides some pop. He's from Irving, Texas. So he's right there. He's a local kid. You can sell that angle.
I like it.
And that's all I got. That's all I got on Trevor Story. I wish I had something better. Like I wanted to feel better about that one, but I feel okay about it. So
yeah, I don't know if the Rangers are gonna go for him because they just moved. He's a Falefa there because I mean they like his glove, you know, and the guy's a really good player.
I know he is.
His ceiling is not even reached out yet. He's gonna be really, really good. So I don't know if he's going there. I got him going to the Phillies actually. I think the Phillies are gonna try to make a big splash this year. So they have a lot of players there. They have really good pitching, starting pitching. So yeah,
I like your explanation better. Can I move him now?
No. You already took the Rangers.
Yeah.
Okay, well that kind of sucked then. You know what we haven't done? We have not given a team that is desperate for starting pitching a starting pitcher, and that would be the Angels.
Right? Who are you going to give him?
Well, I've got my choices here. I've got 3 guys written down to go to the Angels, and I don't know which one to go for. So I'm going to let you guys go. No. Do I pick A, B, or C?
Which
guy?
You at all.
I'm not trying to help you. I'm trying to win.
Thank you.
Wow. Okay.
Here for you, Chris.
Then which one, Jake? A,
He'll
B, or
steer
C?
you the wrong way. He's
Whichever one's Marcus Stroman.
That would be B.
All right, Kevin Gausman.
That would be A. So I'm going to go B since I heard that first. I'll have Stroh go out there for the next 5 years. We all know the issues they've had out there. So I don't need to go over them, but it's hideous. Now, I hope that Stroh continues to be Stroh and do his thing, you know, on the outskirts of Los Angeles, as we like to say, in Anaheim. You know, it's Anaheim, whatever. So 5 years.
Ooh.
What? Too many?
5 years is the new 3 years. No. 5 years is the new 3 years.
Well, so were you worried I was going to go 7 or should have gone 7?
No. I think that honestly, that like the pattern was that I feel like every starting pitcher, once that market's been set, the first guy off of the rank, I feel like everyone follows suit after that. So to get that 5-year deal done early is really good for the free agent market, I feel like.
Yeah. I like it that Stroh pitches with a huge chip on his shoulder. I think 5 for, I'm not going to put a dollar value in it, but it's 9 figures for him. He deserves it. He's dependable. He's showy, and he's a damn good pitcher. That simple. And if he wants to announce it on the Rose rotation alongside myself and Miguel Rojas, he's more than welcome to.
Yeah. Stroh, we're still waiting for you, kid. Let's do that.
Pete?
I'm going to go out of left field here. I'm going to go with Seiya Suzuki.
Wow.
And he's going to get also 5 years.
Where is he going?
It's going to the Rangers.
Rangers.
What do we know about him?
Wow.
He's basically Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh.
Or
Wow.
peak AJ Pollock is what the reports that I got. Similar.
Like that.
Speed, pop, outfielder, can run down everything. Defense, he's the real deal. He was he's won a couple of batting titles in Japan. He's got it all.
All due respect, that's a pretty wide gap.
What you mean? Peak AJ Pollock?
And Ronald Acuna?
No, he's trying. I understand what he's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
He's being sold as Ronald Acuna Jr.
Right.
Maybe if he doesn't get there, he's gonna be AJ Pollock.
Worst case scenario.
AJ Pollock was great. Sorry, I couldn't understand the Aussie accent. It really confused me.
It's tough. Yeah,
you lost me. Okay, no, that's interesting. I always get excited when guys come over here. I love it. I'm a big fan.
I think honestly, it's either going to be there or the Mariners, because obviously there's the connection with the Mariners and Japan and Suzuki and Ichiro, and it's just I feel like there's always going to be someone from Japan playing for the Mariners because of the connection there, and I'm here for it. I love it.
Jakey,
I've got a player I love, who I think is one of the more underrated players in baseball.
I retired.
I'm figuring out where he's going. No, Peter, that's a sinker slider. Give me, where's he going? I want to take Avisail Garcia. I think he's just very good at baseball. He is going to sign a 2-year contract.
Here.
You guys signed Castellanos. Chris Rose blew it.
Oh, okay.
Avisail Garcia is going to the Seattle Mariners. They are going to be looking to sign any hitting they can. Avisail, I think he didn't really play center last year, but he's that dude's low key a stud, man.
Yeah.
Back from the days when he was Mini Miggy. So I'm putting him in the outfield for the Mariners. Sure.
He hit 30, right?
Let's see. I just had it up. I'm not trying to be 29. So yes, he hit 30.
Yeah, 30.
That's
And yeah, I remember when I talked to him early in the year, I knew he was gonna do that in Milwaukee. The only thing is I don't think he's gonna play center. Do they have a spot for him in right?
I think I'm not trying to, Mariners, they have Kelnick in center.
right?
Haniger's coming back, Jake Fraley. So I don't know. I think you can move him around a little bit.
Well, you can also DH him.
They need hitting.
Yeah.
I mean, you can DH him. Get guys off their feet. We talk about it all the time. Haniger's battled some injuries, so if you want to DH him for a day a week, that's good too. Remember though, Kelnick, and then isn't it Rodriguez they've got coming up too?
Well, they're gonna wait till he's ready to call him up, Chris.
No, I know. I'm with you.
He's been ready since last year.
Thanks.
Okay, so I'm gonna pick a player for my team that I really wanted to play here because I think he got the power that we need in the middle of that lineup with Aggie, Cooper, and those guys. And I think this is like if I was a GM again, today this is something that I don't know if it's gonna happen or not. But a Jorge Soler will be a really good fit in Miami. Cuban, he's living in Miami.
Ooh.
I think he would love to play here. He got the power to leave this ballpark, so I'm not worried about him worrying about the ballpark like Adam Duvall was, you know. Adam Doobie, he was here. He got 22 homers, but he was complaining about every ball that he hit right center because the ball didn't travel for him. And he went to Atlanta again, you know, and he found his place. So I'm gonna pick Soler to come here for 3 years.
Well, for 3 years. Okay.
I like it.
Good.
I like that a lot.
You guys will win the you're gonna win the bodybuilding contest again, though. Now.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. And
now that we're getting to we're doing 8 rounds, right?
Yeah, this is your 7th pick right now.
This is 7, so I need to pick this guy because I'm gonna get the points, you know, automatic with this pick. So Albert Pujols is gonna play 1 more year, and he's gonna go back to St. Louis.
Oh my gosh, you're a tearjerker.
Oh.
You're such a softie, Miggy.
Yeah, so I need to get my points here because in my last I gotta go with a shortstop. If you guys don't pick them all, so Pujols for 1 year to the Cardinals.
That's sweet.
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win this.
Do we really think he's going to go back there?
Sure.
I asked the question the other day. I said, what is it? What's the extension of the career? What's the purpose of it? Does he just really want to keep playing that much? Does he want to win another championship? Does he want to break someone else's record? Like, what is it that's driving him to continue to play? It's clearly not money. No. So is it just the chance to win another championship?
Is it closure for that move? Is it strictly closure? If it's just St. Louis, because let's remember, they did not extend him after he helped them win a second championship and after he had won 3 MVPs and was arguably the greatest Cardinal outside of Stan Musial, right? Or maybe right up there with him. So do you think it's possible that what, Pete?
Did that turn out being the right move?
Yes, I'm not arguing it. All I'm saying is, do you think that it's closure for him if he goes back there and wants to keep playing? I would say it's either St. Louis or nothing, right?
Yeah, it's like it's the same situation as Freddie right now, right? So
well, it's not. I mean, Freddie Freeman's
right.
Well, Freddie's at the top of his career, though. Albert
and Pujol wasn't.
Oh, you're saying back in 2011? Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Right? When he didn't sign back with the Cardinals, everybody thought, you know. But I mean, I don't know what was it.
Maybe, it was a different time too, Miggy. Like those contracts were normal. They're rethinking those now because they've turned out to be not valuable at all. So
100%. Same with Cano and those guys that decided to go somewhere because of length of the contract. You know, like you want to be in some places for more years instead of maybe a little bit less money or being a big market.
By the way, Miggy, that could be a 17-pointer for you. 10 for changing teams, 5 if you nail the contract length, which you will, because he's not going to get more than a year.
To Scrabble.
And 2 for the MVP.
I didn't feel good about the other ones. I picked Soler because I really want him here, and you know, I don't know if Rizzo is gonna go to the
what a teammate. By the way,
I say, you know what, I need to get my points here. And Cardinals love to sign these old players. You know, Wainwright, they signed him for. They signed him for a year. He's 20 and something with a under 3 ERA. So
yeah, have Yachty come back. You know, maybe we can bring back Jason Mott for a game here or there. You know, see what Alan Craig's up to. It'll be nice. Reunion tour going.
That would be nice.
Jake?
Rick Ankill's probably got an ending in him, I'm sure.
his story was just beginning. You know, Albert Pujols, Miggy, I don't know if you know, I copied his batting stance as a child. I thought he was the best ever. I love you going for him. I'm taking someone a little bigger than Albert Pujols. I'm going with Pedro Severino.
Okay.
And you know where he's going. Pedro Severino. I love watching him catch. He brought his heart to the table every day for the Orioles. There's a lot that goes. There's a lot going into free agency. Chris, me, Miggy, Peter, we could tell you when we make our free agency decisions, we have our families. We're thinking about stuff.
Yep.
Pedro Severino is not going to have to move. because he's going to the Washington Nationals cross town. They've got Keibert, and Severino's going to push him every day to try his hardest and do his best behind the plate. 1 year, Washington Nationals.
Nice. Okay. I'm digging that.
Is it me?
Yeah, it is.
Corey Seager to the Tigers for 10 years.
10 years. You just told us all those 10-year deals were shit.
For old guys, yeah, that's value.
So
Never
instead,
injured.
a guy who's
Never
already
injured
recovered
Corey
from
Seager.
Tommy John
That
surgery
was-
has a bad back.
Never.
I was the only guy on my list too that I got for 10 years.
Mhm.
Really?
That's a good one. But I don't even know. I didn't even write where he was going.
Where'd you have him?
Oh, I didn't write anything.
didn't know.
I was
Oh,
gonna go.
yeah.
I was gonna go on the fly, but I think he's staying in LA.
It's either Yankees or it's either Yankees or it's going to be Detroit. I feel like Detroit's going to be shocking someone. This is what makes this so much fun too, because we don't know at this point until we really start to see what's happening. Who's
Mhm.
going for it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that's
Ooh.
exciting because everyone should be going for it, but still.
All right. I'm going to go against. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make one smart pick and one flyer.
Yes.
Okay.
Like it.
So my smart pick, I already sent somebody to the Angels, but I really think they're double dipping in free agency. So I think they'll go longer term with Stroman, and I think they're going to go shorter term with a guy they know from the division. He's a lefty, and he was an all-star a year ago. You say, I say, we all say Kikuchi to the Angels for 2 years.
Mm.
I like that.
I like it.
Have you ever faced him, Miggy?
No, never. But I feel like that's a great fit because they're gonna have Otani, a right-handed pitcher, and they're gonna have Kikuchi,
Kikuchi.
and then Stroh if they end up getting him, or Gossman or any other guy that they get. You know,
Right.
I think it's smart.
Thank you. Plus, he's an all-star. I'm sniffing those bonus points.
Nice.
The last one, here's my flyer. I cannot do an entire baseball show and not have my Guardians sign somebody.
Mm.
Now, what do they need? They need
New
offense.
name.
They don't need a big name because they'll never sign it. Do you know that the largest free agent contract Cleveland has ever given out was $60 million to Edwin Encarnacion? That's it. Now, that's a lot of money, but it's not, they're one of like 4 teams that's never given out $100 million deal.
So Cleveland.
Stop that.
Sorry, you're right.
Because you are insulting the next great Cleveland Guardians outfielder, Mark Canha.
Wow.
You
Mark
are the
Canha.
best, Rosie. I love Rosie is the best in the world at this.
Now, he's underrated. Do you know his WAR was 4.3 a year ago? Like, he's a guy you just never think about. He's a solid major leaguer. That's what the
But he played.
Guardians need.
He played 12 midnight in the East Coast, and nobody watched that. That's the problem about these teams in American League West. If
Balanced schedule.
yeah, I mean, National League West get a little bit more of attention because of the Dodgers, Padres, and I mean everybody will stay up for those. But I mean, nothing against the Oakland A's, but I mean, how many people in the East Coast or are going to stay up for Mark Canha bat, Matt Chapman? I sometimes I feel like those guys need more recognition because what they're doing over there is amazing. Also, Canha, Chapman, when Simeon was there,
Hey, I'm giving him respect, and I'm giving him 2 years.
I
That's
like it.
right. And I'll tell him all the great restaurants and hot spots to hit in Cleveland, Ohio. I can name both of them right now.
Let's bring him on the show. He's a former Marlin too.
Oh, do you know him?
I don't know him. I never played with him, but I think I heard that he's a pretty fun guy.
Yeah, he's a funny
Let's
guy.
try to connect with him.
Good person. You know what? I'm going to try and sell him on Cleveland. That's it.
Yeah.
It's over right now.
That's good.
All right, Jake.
God, again, I like just talking about dudes I like. I'm trying to find.
Oh,
this
sorry.
guy a
You're
team.
not up. Moylan.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm finding a team for this guy, anyways. 1 second.
I am going with Starling Marte.
Where you go? Where you having going?
Can't wait for
I'm
this.
sorry,
one.
my friend. I'm sending him to the Mets for
No,
4 years.
Oh,
Wow.
no.
The Mets.
they got a center fielder. They got Nemo there.
He's not going to play center field.
Okay.
Or he might.
Yeah, I like that.
No one plays their position anymore. He might catch for them, but he's going to be a Met.
It's gonna be a Mets, huh?
Miggy,
Man,
thir-
I want Martin our team.
I know.
I mean, he
Everybody.
fits so well here, man. He's a machine. I don't know how old is he right now.
He's
I think
33.
34, 33.
Yeah.
So yeah, Martin, man, he's a player who actually last year he was playing with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder.
Mhm.
He was telling me every day that he was gonna win the base stealing, champ because
I love that.
he wanted to show everybody that he can still be elite. If he wants to run, he will run. If he wants to hit the ball for power, he will hit the ball for power. Have you ever hear Pete about players that they say, okay, I'm not gonna hit homers this week because I
Yes.
need to get my average up?
Yes.
He's that kind of player, and nobody I don't think anybody can do that if you don't have the skill. Because all of a sudden I'm not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna hit 10 homers, so I need my power number to go up. That's the kind of guy, and I feel like whoever get Marte is gonna be lucky.
Usually you see guys who are trying to make those adjustments and trying to change who they are or change themselves. They struggle and then they have to go back. He's able to do that on the fly whenever he wants to. That's incredible.
Yeah, he will say, man, I've been striking out way too much. I just gonna put the ball in play and run, and he will get 5 infield base hits that week. It's crazy. It's something that if he wants to do it, he will go and get it.
Congratulations, New York. You just got yourself a superstar.
Wrong team in New York, but is it me, Rosie?
Yeah. Did you find it? Did you find a team for this guy?
I think I did, and it's the same thought process you struggled with before, because this franchise has unfortunately given us no reason to believe in them. When there's been so many little wins for the Texas Rangers that they could have had, they should revamp this whole team outside of Adelise, Kiner Falefa. I even like Nate Lowe. They've got a couple guys, but they can make those small moves the Braves did at midseason. Texas should do these moves now. I love Eduardo Escobar. Sign yourself, Eduardo Escobar.
Bat to ball, man.
You know what? Let's make it 1 year for the Texas Rangers. They'll end up trading him at the deadline because they're still going to stink. But if you're going to sign the shortstop of the future, whether it's Story or whoever, or Clayton Kershaw, you need more pieces. Eddie Escobar will play wherever. He will hit wherever. 5-tool light. I love Eddie Escobar.
And
Are we
such a
talking
good
like
dude.
mentor years now? So we're going Kershaw to mentor the starting pitchers, Eduardo Escobar to bring the Latin guys in and the middle infielders and bring a culture to the Rangers that's going to carry them for
Culture.
years.
Culture.
I love it.
We should run
Miggy?
the Rangers.
Miggy, I know we're running
Make
out of
some
time,
calls.
but I think that was an interesting thing that Pete said. Some people might listen to this and say, well, hold on. You're talking about a guy being a leader of Latin ball players. Why is that so important in baseball? And why is it okay for us to say? Because some people say, well, hold on. Now you're separating people. Why can't we all just be one team? Why is it so important to have a good leader that is from, whether it's Venezuela or the Dominican or something? Why is that so important?
I gotta say Spanish speaking, because we got so many young players coming into the big leagues that, man, playing in the big leagues is a hard thing to do, coming from a different culture and not knowing the language that well, getting called up at 21 years old. You need a player that like welcomed you with the open arms, other than a big, big name. Let's say you're walking into the Yankees clubhouse and you're seeing all of these superstars, Judge, Stanton, you're seeing all these guys. You need a guy who's Latin or at least Spanish speaking that you feel comfortable talking to. That's how I feel like young players perform the best, when they have someone in the clubhouse that they can feel themselves, like Adames. You seen Adames as soon as he got to the Milwaukee Brewers, like he wasn't shy of being himself, just because of Latin community there, Spanish speaking guys, and they got involved with the jellish, and he don't talk much, and he's not gonna be like dancing around the bases and stuff like that. But they get those guys kind of involved. You don't see Freddie Freeman chopping every time he got a hit. So Guillermo Heredia and all these guys in the dugout got him to be the player that actually he was at the end of the year.
Interesting. Good stuff.
For me, what I've witnessed is it's given like Prado would give you guys a voice. If there's something that needed to be raised, then Prado would be the guy that would speak to whoever, whether it was Chipper or whoever. Like there was always that communication between the two guys, and it's like captains, and it's that's what you need on a winning team.
100%.
Interesting. All right,
before I make my last pick.
Yeah.
Who has won 3 MVPs? I gonna get 6 points there?
You get 1.
Okay.
Or you get 2 because he's an MVP. Don't try and stockpile MVPs in your chest,
so,
your war chest there.
So I can leave this draft without Javi Baez being picked. So Javi is gonna play shortstop again, and I think he's gonna go to the Angels. He's gonna play shortstop in the Angels. I don't know, but I'm not sure about the years, because I don't want to give him 4, because I know he earned more, and his value is more than 4. But I'm seeing his age, and I don't know if with 29 they're gonna give him more than 4, maybe 6. So like they got him until 35. So I'm gonna say Javi to the Angels for 4.
Interesting.
Not that I think he can play longer than that. Just
yeah,
I think it will be a good move with Rendon coming back. They got a dynamic second baseman. So and if they hit with that pitching that you guys that you put him there, I think that's gonna be a good team.
Yeah. So I had him going to the Phillies because I needed a shortstop there in Philadelphia. I probably should have gone, after listening to your explanation, I should have gone Story, but what the heck? I was playing the hometown card where they need to fill a stadium. Yeah. How does usually after I do a fantasy football draft, I look at my team and I'm like, this squad sucks. How does everybody feel about their free agent draft fantasy team?
I'm ready to keep going. I'm ready to keep going. I'm ready to fill this thing up. Let's go. I've got so many picks ready to go. You want to keep going? I love my team.
Do you, Jake?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, kind of like Peter said, I've mentioned before, I think I want my retirement job to either be in the Rockies or Diamondbacks front office. Either be in the mountains or the desert and just be one of those special advisors that nobody really knows what they do. I think I'm ready to help the Texas Rangers tomorrow. So I feel great.
Okay. Don't leave us yet, but okay. Miggy?
No, I mean, I feel good, especially because I got a couple, up in the air kind of picks that I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I got a couple secure ones that I think they're for sure. But who knows, man?
So do you take, what I think you ought to do is you ought to take this entire list, and our outstanding producer, Robbie Scirocco, is going to make this list and put it out on social media. You should take this and have your off-season meeting with Kim Ing and Derek Jeter and have them decide who did the best as far as picking teams.
I like Let Derek know that I'm available too.
For what?
We need a sign.
Either, whatever he needs.
Anything.
I can get this thing going in 2 weeks.
Bartending at the Clevelander?
Yes.
You're great with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that used to be a great spot. We don't have that anymore. So
yeah.
What do you mean we don't have it? We shut it down?
Yeah, I mean that's a club now for like special like private parties or something like that.
Oh, hey now.
They moved the home bullpen away from it. They had them there for 1 year or 2 years, and they're like, that's enough. Then the road bullpen switched, and it was just like, okay, I get to warm up watching this. Okay, this is great.
Exactly. That's Miami, man.
Yeah, happy time.
Well,
that's why all the free agents should come here. All the free agents, please.
Castellanos,
listen to this. Castellanos,
6 years.
Conforto, Soler, Marte, Piña. Come on.
Yeah, everybody.
Guys, this was a blast. I appreciate you taking some time out of your busy schedule. Hopefully the viewers and the listeners out there will enjoy it and keep score in the off season. So once the 32nd and final free agent finds a home, somebody will be crowned champion of the 2021-22 free agent fantasy draft off season. I don't know if we can put that on a t-shirt, if it flows nicely or not.
Maybe a bed sheet.
Yeah, maybe.
Do a t-shirt and a mug.
Yeah,
Pete-
perfect.
Peter's keeping score, and it's actually follow the Chris Rose rotation because Robbie did a great job with the trade deadline post when people got traded. So that's an easier way to keep up with this than Peter Moylan's running scoreboard.
Yeah, I have an Excel spreadsheet with formulas ready to go.
So for Jake, for Pete, for Miguel Rojas, and our outstanding producer extraordinaire, Robbie Scirocco, I'm Chris Rose. We'll see you next time on the Chris Rose Rotation, a production of JOMBOY Media.